Hey,
Yeah. You already know what it is. It's your favorite two people on the internet. And if we're not, we're about to be. You know why? Because right now you listening to everything valid, dude.
yeah, that part, with your host, Malik the Engineer, aka YDM Beats, and Mr. RawFix. The show
Sorry, I'm
that brings hip
spunky.
hop. That's right. And we spunky too, yeah. The show that brings hip hop, crypto, and finance together. So it's been a little minute, Mr. RawFix. They said they haven't seen you in a week.
You know, I had to shake off the cobwebs a little bit, get some things in line, but we're back. Good health, good strength, beer knowledge, and energy. Let's go. Be here.
We don't have the mixture on deck, so we have to be very, very
We
conscious.
clipping. Oh man. We both had to come at you this time from two undisclosed locations. Right now my mic even tripping out. It's in the view, out of the view, but we're here.
A lot of important things to discuss this episode, including the halt, the temporary halt of Solana and the consequences of that. Um, a lot of more changes as a result of the interest points. And what do you think of Elon Musk potentially pulling out of this Twitter deal?
I'm gonna be super honest. I was really hoping he'd hold this flag down. Reason being, it was potentially going to be the next only uncensored platform, realistically, and right now that's a big thing for us creatives. We're getting silenced, in certain aspects. Not only that, but it makes me think if he's taking those M's out of this deal, what else is on sale for him to be considering to hop on first, other than this major platform?
I mean, I'm sure him and his team have thought out a potential next move, but for me, it was more so about the potential whys behind it. You know what I mean? Because he did bid a very high bid. It's not trading near that $54 price now, and I'm just wondering what are the other factors that went into that. We've seen his friends at Block, aka Square, make a partnership with Apple.
Yes,
So
and
and that I'm not saying that they're a partner company, but I just wonder what the next move could be. And also, how do you get a value of something when you can't determine how many of the accounts are authentic?
too true. And I know right now the only other news I know with him outside of this Twitter deal is him beefing up a lot of like the pre-launches and everything for his SpaceX program. So I don't know if this is him allocating funds in order to expedite this Mars mission for their launch.
Oh, he's out of here. Is that what you're saying?
That I'm looking at that. Well, you put some things into perspective. One, this guy sold all of his living quarters and he's living on the site of SpaceX. And right about now, they're already preparing their 2 cargo and 2-man crew mission for, I think it was scheduled for 2024, but
Kind of dope.
that's all speculation.
Shout out Elon. And speaking of more news in finance. Yahoo Finance has this article here I thought you might take interest in. So, all right, long story short, they're trying to say Bitcoin got a larger cap than J.P. Morgan.
That's
That
crazy
at
because
900 billion, Bitcoin's market cap is larger than J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, and Citibank combined.
whew, You
That
know
was
what's funny?
February.
You know what's funny with a market cap like this? This this helps all those FUD people out there in regards to the longevity of Bitcoin, because I know that was in question ever since we seen that stablecoin crash last week. So crypto as a whole has been on question, but knowing that Bitcoin's market cap right now is larger than one of the biggest American banks. Hold on,
Well, it
J.P.
said
Morgan.
three of them combined.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
Yeah,
J.P. Morgan, Citi, and Bank of America. That's crazy.
that's heavyweight. So that goes back to what we were originally uh, looking at it as, and how I originally got piqued my interest into crypto is seeing Bitcoin as a store of value, because it's kind of like real estate. You know, there's only so much left. You got to get it while you can. You
Yep.
know, and it's a lot of volume. Um, and I just like it being the first too. Like, nobody else I see with that level of establishment in its industry. So
Whew.
definitely a leader, not only at market cap, but if that helps you solidify your faith in Bitcoin and maybe crypto itself, that is the one. That is the
Not
one,
only
not the
that,
two.
not only that, there's so much volume still within Bitcoin, and the volume's actually increased as of recently. I believe today it's up 12.91%. I spoke too soon. 13.05% for the day. As per crypto market cap stating, it's currently at 30. Whew, it's a lot of commas. It is currently at $36
Uh,
billion market cap worth of volume. My apologies, not market cap. $36 billion of market cap. Volume, sorry. That's crazy.
so it's important to trade not only in the money, but where the liquidity is to minimize your risk. You don't want to get caught in an illiquid situation.
Yep. Prime example of that. Someone I was speaking to recently within the past couple of weeks, sitting on a substantial amount of a certain coin. Once it comes to mind, I'll let you know. The saddest part is they're waiting for it to kind of get back into a bullish wave. But the problem is there's not even, I think the last time I checked, there was less than $36,000 worth of volume for an entire coin. So I was like,
uh,
yo, my G, I don't know what to tell you, my guy. You might be holding
and
on to that position for ever.
for a minute, and it's okay to be like, I don't know, hopeful in something that you really believe in if you have the access and you have the resources and it's not hurting you. But right now we're talking about where the economic cycle is, and if it's uh, a good time to be doing that, and this is not financial advice because we're not financial advisors. Um, so make sure you do your own research, but just a candid discussion on some news in the market. So that being said, we might as well get right into the big news. And none other than our coin of the day. It's kind of a two for one yin and yang situation.
Still one of my favorites because real life, this coin saved my life.
At one time, solicited as the Ethereum potential Ethereum solution. It was lower gas fees, way more transactions per second. Right now, they're averaging 1,900 pretty much transactions per second. Um, Opposed to the numbers of
Hella
Ethereum
healthy.
and Bitcoin are way less than that. I don't even think they're in the hundreds. So the ability to spend less on gas, get the assets there faster, and amid other things, is there any other particular uh, features that made you bullish on Solana?
Me personally, I believed in the company. Main reason because this thing saved my life. Uh, um, sure, you remember my Atlanta story, me getting stuck, having no access to any type of cards, and thank God for Solana being one of those fast transaction speeds. Because think about it, I needed money instantly. And Solana being low gas fees compared to a lot of the competition right now. I think as a comparison, transferring something like $200 only cost me about $11 in gas fees, which is super decent considering the Ethereum counterpart. And to make matters worse, counterparts like Ethereum, depending on how much users are actively trading, those gas fees could fly. So it's almost like taking it's like calling an Uber at 5 p.m. Expecting to get a decent rate just to go across the street. What normally would have cost you $10 could cost you 45.
Yeah, and in comparison, like the transactions per second of Ethereum, before the 2.0, they're saying it averages around 12 to 15. So comparing that to almost 2,000,
Blown out the water.
you can see why investors were bullish at first, as well as the fact that they advertise as a network. Right? So that's how they get into the situation that we're about to discuss. But not just the one asset or store of value. They're offering many different projects in terms of NFTs, minting, staking, uh, if I'm not mistaken, stable coins. So the whole network approach, instead of just being and DAOs as well, payment systems. So you can see they're trying to be one of the kingpin block.
Yeah.
Because
And you have to give it its kudos on top of that because Solana entered the market actually relatively new, 2020, if I recall. So just entering the game and being able to kind of be direct competition with Ethereum in that aspect, when it comes to transaction speeds, utility, and just the overall ecosystem. Got to give it some credit where it's due.
Most definitely, currently ranked ninth on coin market cap. The story is they get up to a price as high as 258 US dollars. Right now, they're down to $40. If you're hodling, you might be kind of nervous right now as a crypto investor. So you might be asking why. Let me give the people on the ground level, and this one's for the moms that might be listening, and even the grandparents. So with this project, transactions are happening on their network, even right now because they're back up, right? In a nutshell, what happened is they have a part of their network is used and it's tied to creating NFTs built on the Solana blockchain. So when they're minting these NFTs, it basically works the Solana system. And in a sense, they got overworked by multiple heavy influxes of bots because of the mass minting and the demand of these new NFTs via that what was it, the candy machine system. So some would say if you believe live events that this is why the price is where it's at. But if you're a technical believer and a market efficient believer, then you just believe that the market is going to always bring assets back to the price that they're actually valued at. So I'm interested to hear your breakdown. And you can also share your screen if you like.
Yes, indeed. Let me actually turn me up some. I'm going to have to unlock that for me, kind sir. Let me get a thumbs up in the chat once I got screen sharing capabilities. All right. So let's hop over to my Solana chart right here. Y'all still with me?
Gotcha.
All right, let me bring you over to my eat food chart. All right, so here's where we eat food for the week.
Now, who's getting that free shout out on that third topic? I get out of here.
All right, so right here, so I just got a simple, well, at first, what was support, simple support line, you know, market tested after quite some time around May 27th, 2020. We seen lows as low as 13.497 billion market cap. So after the market tried to get some buyers in order to push the market back up to get to a bullish wave, but as we could see, we're still pretty bearish. And after coming back to test said resistance line over here at 14.41, market finally broke. So let's get this going on in real time, you know. Could do a step-by-step real quick. Market finally broke over here, that little support line we had, and continue to push the market a little bearish. Right here, as in recent times, now we see the market, Solana's open back up, allowing for trade, for minting, the whole process, the whole ecosystem's alive. So as you could see, we started to push again for some new lows, but now we're starting to plateau. So most traders would call this a head and shoulders. Here's your first shoulder, your head with the complete dip, and there's your next shoulder. So right about now, what the market's looking like it's trying to do, it's trying to gain back some buying strength.
Well, who's that, Solana? I see you. You know, even in these, I feel like I'm not saying that's the bottom, but I like that. I like that little resistance right there.
You know, like as we,
and maybe that's
just
indicating a true valuation.
So that's exactly what we could be speculating, because as you could see, once we've had this push right here, I'm gonna just mark this off as a previous high, just so our viewers could see Wagwan. I know I just marked it, but where'd it go? There we go. So this little push after it broke, then back into a little bit of a climb, gave us like a little bit of a lower high. Market then pushed again to give us some lower lows. No, I like marking my stuff up. Market pushed again to give us some lower lows. But after this last market push right here, we see the market finally broke free again. So let me give this a nice, so y'all could see what I'm seeing. And the market's kind of given us a variation to show that it's finally gaining back buyer strength. So I got two reasons of inclination back for this buyer strength. I got, well, three. I got a head and shoulders right here. As we said, this is our first shoulder. Here's the head of the push, and here's our next shoulder. My second inclination for buyer strength.
And this is all on the 4-hour chart.
Yes, indeed. My apologies. This is all on the 4-hour speculation. So I'm looking at weekly swing right now. So for the next possible swing, we could be getting some bullish activity. We have our break of the previous resistance zone right here at 13.868 billion market cap. So these two candles in succession gave us a nice break with an engulfing pattern based off of these two right here. And lastly, we have a cross of moving average and estimated moving average. So right now we have the blue cross. So I'm going to just break it down in layman's terms because I don't want to give y'all my numbers. But right about here, when blue is over red, we
definitely got to join the Patreon for that.
No, I'm saying what I'm saying when I'm saying what I'm saying. But yeah, so we have our new higher high push right here. Market came back for a retrace based off the this little resistance zone right here off of this last plateau. I could draw another one right here too, but this is for seeing this in this purpose. And right here, we have a engulfing formation yet again. So again, this is not financial advice. This is just me using the technicals that I am familiar with, but I'm liking the strength that this Solana's regained, and it's looking like a nice buyer's opportunity for me. Well, I told you personally earlier the price that I was waiting for Solana to get to, and I did.
Yo, it's a nice discount. And to bring more detail to that, I mean, that was on April 30th, even reported by Solana Status. Themselves, the mainnet beta cluster suffered a 7-hour outage caused by stalled consensus, meaning there's a halt in the block creation because they're overwhelmed and they ran out of memory, the nodes. So they launched an investigation and they're working, the core developers are taking steps to increase network resiliency and stability.
Let me give you that control here.
I wonder how the NFT community feels about that. Like if they're gonna be like, if they're thinking like, if I can't even compete and bid, win over NFTs here without this system crashing, because allegedly, I mean, reportedly, here's bots doing that. 6 million transactions per second. I mean, come on, I don't think that's
crazy.
Especially for such a potentially niche market, even though it is a global market. I don't know, and I think potentially it was an attack on Solana. But
saying the ops are coming true.
It's just speculation.
Saying it could be some ETH mans going over to disgruntled.
No, but the real, why would I say that, right? This is Business Insight. They're what? Between partial and major outages, the platform has now gone down 11 times in 4 months.
This is sounding like a real cyber attack. Jeez, so now that you stop and think about it, how many times has Solana gone down just this year?
Right, no, like a lot of, because I think right here, January was the worst month for Solana so far, with more than 6 outages. Right, it's going on. So, and now it's bots exploiting your blockchain. It sounds, I'm not a blockchain expert. At what level of vulnerability are we supposed to sustain as investors?
No word of a lie. At that point, it's like, what are you guys doing to safeguard your technology? What are you guys doing for the background? Like what's happening in the background of your platform? How are you ensuring the public that small outages like this won't occur so often? Because it's already 7 times this 1 year. What would happen if like, for example, certain economies were actually depending on Solana transactions or ecosystem? Now we're down.
Yeah, I mean, this is a perfect example. It's just one example of that, right? Because let's say we're switching our e-transfers to depend on blockchain, and it's going down often because it's not proven. You know what I mean? Like, this is the proving ground. So Metaplex, because you said, what are they doing to combat that, right? So Metaplex, their Twitter account, they're responsible for the candy machine. They tweeted today Solana beta went down partially due to botting on the Metaplex candy machine program. To combat this, we have merged and will soon deploy a botting penalty to the program as part of a broader effort to stabilize the network. So it seems not only will Solana be looking into it, but who they partner with because now they're going to have to be very strategic about making sure they have worked in infrastructure to where they don't lose brand value and trust.
Well,
These
let's
are
hope they
digital
bounce back.
systems, right? And we can't be lacking any type of cyber security or capability, at least to what you have. You know what I mean?
Especially in these times right now where cyber technology and knowledge is at its all-time high. So if we can't safeguard things like this, what's to say countries right now aren't, or like not even countries, just communities period, aren't pooling together to devise ways on how to perform like perfect cyber attacks to get in and out.
Right, because that's my question. Like, what is Ethereum's history on that? Because and who else's systems are being used to mint and print or mint and create these NFTs? Have they been proven to be vulnerable in that sense in the same way to these bots? Because it kind of reminds me of the sneaker hype, right? Like when a shoe drops and all these bots, all these bots get to buying it for the reason, and it's an algorithmic high frequency purchase nobody can compete with, but at the same time, the site doesn't always shut down.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying? So
Like they're able to sustain all that traffic at least.
yeah, and I mean, it's some homework for us to do, I guess, to see what's the history of crashes on blockchain, what's Ethereum, what's Bitcoin's, because then maybe we would know how Solana compares as an investment.
You know what? We might have to actually add that to our audit rules, our coin audit rules, to check on what's this coin's highway like? How many cars could fit on this highway?
Let me see your outage report.
You know?
What's, what's this blockchain like?
What is your rules on bots? Do you, because I know some coins out there actually have like anti-botting systems and things like that.
And I'm sure they do, but I mean, 6 million transactions per second on average. I don't know. I'm pretty sure a couple other blockchains would have went down. It's just how it went. Big dreams. Sometimes you have to take a big a lesson out there and double back. So if you still believe in Solana, put Solana in the comments. Look forward to more from them if you are bullish on Solana. And to
Not
that
only
point, I just want to say too, like you had a nice technical breakdown. I feel like it's always important to like how we set up episodes with whitepaper.io to look into the fundamentals of your projects.
1,000%.
What were you gonna say though?
No, I was just kind of in the transitioning of the other things I'd look into Solana for, because just as of recently, especially based off of some of our research and findings, been really looking into NFT minting, which is sad. I felt like a complete noob because I was sitting there like, what do you mean NFT minting? Isn't minting already a part of the NFT process? To now have to like backtrack and remind myself, no, minting is a token slash coin type of process. So what
Hmm.
does it mean when we're talking NFT minting? And why was Solana so important in this aspect? Found myself researching on uh like different processes that people take when it comes to minting. It's when we stumbled on the candy machine. But not
Right.
only that, it blew my mind to,
And they're wearable.
yeah, the wearables, like the whole nine yards. But what this opened up for me mentally was all those people that are kind of into like basic app design or basic coding and things like that. There is a hell of an avenue just for walking people through NFT minting. Not even like making your own crypto, not your own NFT, just on how to mint it. That is a industry.
It's quite a process. I've seen so many different ways, already. I can only imagine how diverse that market's gonna be on.
Like my head was already spinning. I won't lie. I tried to look into some of the research, especially when I found out, they're paying like 5,500 just to walk you through. I was like, let me figure this thing out.
But at the same time, there's people that's trying to tell you how you can do it for free.
Which is
But
crazy.
Is it really
But
free?
now at the same token, it is free, but now do the people want to go through the headache and the process of actually minting? Because the process that I seen, no word of a lie, the minute I read the word repositories, all I could think was, this is Cody all over again.
Right, exactly. You have to make sure you got the sources. I was like, man,
What?
this is like Cydia.
Bro.
Like I was jailbreaking.
I was like, nah, let me take a break, bro. Let me go back to producing, dog. Let me save this for the real coders.
No cap.
I'm gonna just let them know what I'm trying to mint.
For real, we definitely have to give them an episode on NFTs. Nonetheless, Solana. So that's one case where botting gets a little bit out of hand. But bots are frequently not just on social media and YouTube. But if you keep it real, put it in the comments for sure. But there's a nice article here by Investopedia that helps explain some key points. For example, how bots help take advantage of crypto markets 24/7. They help traders trade while they sleep. They can help you execute high frequencies of trades depending on what kind of programs you have access to. And they definitely have systems to do auto trading to take the personal decision making out of it based on numbers. So those are some ways bots can be used. And you can see how if I can quickly get the NFT, for example, for the low using economies of scale, then I can have a high revenue when I flip that, even though I acquired it using my bots. So
ain't nothing wrong.
One way, and hence the word botting, which is actually our daily definition of this episode. It's a weird one. I don't think you'll find it in Merriam-Webster or anything like that. Maybe in a couple of years, you could tell them the EVP let you hear it first. Botting.
We sent you.
For example, Mr.RawFix was using botting to acquire all of his DJ software when he was young.
Oh man. Another prime example is setting up your bot in a trader's aspect, setting up your bot to help you trade the Asian markets while you're sleeping in the North American. To then wake up and continue to trade New York when your bot traded Asia for you, So it's like not letting any opportunity slip by.
Those are for those FOMO levels. That was very high level.
Yeah, let it trade while you sleep. Then you wake up and continue.
Bots, hate on them. Can't beat them, join them.
But you got to be careful because depending on the type of bot you have, because there's different types of bots. You have bots that mirror people's trades. So what that means is you have the primary bot handler, the one that issues out all the licenses, will any type of trade or any type of move he takes in the market, it will now automatically reflect to everyone that is utilizing his bot. So it's mirror trading. There's other bots that work off of algorithms.
Algorithmic trading.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of my favorite bots. Main purpose, because I'm sleeping. I would like it to take trades the same way I would. So I could set up the algorithm to do exactly that. So I kind of favor those bots if I'm going to be walking away from my system and letting it do what it's doing. I'm not a fan of mirroring other people's trades because I am not that other person.
But that is a strategy used in indexing and creating ETFs and other managed funds. So don't sleep on the power of mirroring people's strategy in terms of asset allocation and weighting and all of that, because you never know.
Touche.
Like that is a whole career in itself. So shout out to all the mirrored indexes. There's value in that for sure. Just if you mirror something great, you might just be good.
Let's just
but the
hope you
difference,
mirror in the greats.
oh, for sure, you mirroring the legends, but the difference there is the tracking error. That's what they call it. The difference of that index, its ability to mirror the performance of its benchmark. So I guess you get two definitions in one there.
Jeez.
Hopefully the bots don't ruin this experience. I could just see it now. Put in bots in the description.
How you mean? There's already bots in our chat section. I see it.
It just warmed up on the pre-save link. For real.
It's okay. We love them bots too. They keep our algorithm moving.
Have you heard of this? I've been seeing this come up. Have you heard of this Ethereum records? Is this really a
No, it's actually funny. I think I got a sponsored ad by them on my Instagram or Facebook not too long ago, and I thought it was a scam.
Yo, it just might be. Like, you gotta be very careful. It brings us back to the other conversation about bots and institutions and crypto. Like, where's the space for the retail investor? This might be another topic for another episode. But is Ethereum records real? We should do a live checkout.
Right? Because like, yo, that wouldn't be too bad,
If you want to get signed to Ethereum records, you want all your payments and the budgets to be validated. I want everything validated. Sounds like a worthy partnership. But are they partnered with Ethereum is the only question.
I wouldn't mind doing a contract with them, but I don't know about signing. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole other discussion.
Isn't there an open source label?
Open source label. So my question would be,
you seeing my screen right now?
Yeah. Artists are always 100% in charge of their own careers and keep 100% of their revenue. So this is what always kind of puzzles me about sites, guys like this. What do they get?
It sounds like invest your down payment into some Ethereum and give you staking rewards to fund your music career.
Hold on. From an investor standpoint? Wow.
Because they're talking about they help you keep 100% of your revenue, but then also talking about they require you to invest. Yeah, so they want you to drop that investment to profit, and there's like a requirement process, just like any other to join. And it's not a formal breakdown. I'm just curious if anyone knows anything about Ethereum records.
No, like, please, if anyone is signed or has attempted to sign or even knows a man.
It's just this one man. It's got Berkeley.
Okay, there's hope. Shout outs to all my Berkeley graduates.
Summer program.
Wait, whoa, I almost took that program. How you mean? They were offering it during COVID. Those are some very, very high talking points on their behalf.
I mean, we have to make sure everything's validated here. This hip hop blockchain. Who would we be to not touch on a potential new Ethereum backed record label?
Have
But
to make
only
sure
if that were
everything's
the case.
kosher. I don't
I don't
know.
think that's what's
What would
going
you
on.
sign to first? Ethereum Records or Snoop's Snoop's Metaverse
Death
Death Row?
Row? Neither. I'm going directly to UMG, and then I can make my own personal investments, or they can pay me a percentage in a preferred crypto. But I don't want to. I don't want to get that Beckham experience where they pay me in crypto and I try to time the market.
End up hurt. Nah, there was a next. I'm trying to remember. There's 2 football players, aren't there, that have their entire contract in Doge. They're feeling it now.
That's the joke. Like, imagine those GMs. The GMs looks up at the owners. You okay with this? They has to find CFO. CFO, are you kidding me? Sign today. Give him whatever.
In fact, give him an advancement.
Yeah, take this cashier's check. No, that's crazy. When it comes to the future of people getting payments in that format, do you think amid these recent crashes, the Luna, the Solana, and probably something next by next episode, do you think people are going to continue to see payments in crypto?
To be super honest, with the amount of uncertainty that, well, no, you're still gonna get your diehard believers, still gonna get your hodlers like me, but me personally, I would probably never take my paycheck in a type of cryptocurrency. I rather go get that myself. But I'd be lying to you if I said I don't like the idea of earning crypto versus buying it. But yeah, not me personally. I don't have, until I feel, for me, remember, this is not financial advice, but I feel for me, in order to start taking paychecks in crypto, I need the rest of the world to be on the agenda as well. Or at least a majority of the world as users in this ecosystem. Because if I'm correct, it's still way less than even 40% of the
On
world
crypto?
overall. Yeah.
Oh, what you mean,
I'd
like
even be bold to
countries
say
in
less than
using it,
20.
or in finance? Because I'm pretty sure it's still under 3% in terms of how
Yeah,
much
like,
finance.
even if we're talking overall.
But that being said, a world of potential, and the whole premise is new steps each day are taken to go digital. So
Don't get me wrong.
and
I'm usually the super risk taker, but again, I have to do things with an economist hat on. So I always got to weigh the economic cost on things. And right now, the scale is outweighed for me to be taking it as a source of income.
Back to Bitcoin as a store of value. uh, everything comes full circle.
Crazy.
That being said, I mean, I might as well segue right into it. Most of today's information about Solana and that recent April 30 report situation was brought to you by our daily resource, Coindesk.com. Go ahead and clap it up for CoinDesk.com. So if you're looking for blockchain, whether it's initial blockchain, layer two, stable coin, if you want a blockchain podcast, maybe they need to collaborate with us. All of this information, NFT news, business, tech, check out CoinDesk. They be having them fire articles and write-ups, and they help you keep abreast on important information. Got the live market tickers on top. Matter of fact,
Yo, those live market tickers are super clutch.
clutch. What do you mean? You want assets, crypto prices, legislation?
Is it just me, or from a instant glance, like from a far glance, that CoinDesk logo almost reminds you of the National Geographic square?
Yes. Got a little scattered, but yeah, I mean they also got their own events, so you
Hold
can
up,
look
is
at
that
them.
XRP making a comeback?
Hold on, no, the Wi-Fi is still kicking. The Wi-Fi is kicking. So this is their own page.
Jeez.
So if you're looking for a resource to add to like your crypto library, this is definitely one of them because I frequently find myself coming back to an article from them for new information, and they tie it right back in with finance and the market, the economic markets as a whole, and I appreciate that. What do you think about Coindesk?
Yo, to be super honest, this thing is key. I kind of use CoinDesk for some of my quick analysis, along with some of my other tools that you guys have nicely have seen. But yeah, no, those are my 1-2 knockout punches, I call it. CoinDesk, CoinMarketCap, and TradingView.
Mix in with a little
CoinDesk.
Yahoo Finance. Excuse me.
I won't lie, I'm not up on the Yahoo Finance. I'm super biased when it comes to Yahoo. They did me wrong.
I love their marketing. The SEO is impeccable. What I'm finding is a lot of like I don't know how many publishers are owned by the same or how many websites are owned by the same publisher, but I'll find articles by this person and it's on a lot of different outlets. But at the end of the day, I can search for a topic and you're consistently up there within a few hours of it happening, so I can put together the next episode. I appreciate that. And plus, they rock the
Touche.
EPP purple. You can't be hating on Yahoo now. They've been around. We talking about investing in giants. We talking about survivorship bias, right? Yahoo been around.
That's
They've been
true.
adapted.
That's true. They've stood the test of time, just like Bitcoin.
Just so that begs the question. Who are the top players in crypto, and where do you still feel comfortable as an investor um, putting your capital? But that's definitely reflective on. That's it's not like an open question or anything. I mean, I ain't gonna stop you if you want to tell us. But
Nah, I
like
was
that was
about to
to the
say,
people.
yo, that's for y'all.
Yeah, it's
my
definitely for
my
our people.
portfolio staying over here. You're gonna have to
Yo,
subscribe to
that's
Patreon for that.
the, the highest.
At top tier.
That's the one where mans fly out and show mans personally. Check this out.
It's
See?
like, oh, you thought I was gonna divulge this on the Zoom? Nah, fam, I got it locked up in the safe. You got to meet me at the stew.
You know,
Saturdays only.
and if botting is so prominent in the NFT space, it's just still so young.
Well, that also brings it back to why we talked about security is going to be very important. Um, to be super honest, I don't really think bots are going to affect the longevity too extreme. Because just like what we talked about in real life, we're still dealing with bots outside the crypto industry, outside the financial industry. Hell, I could barely buy a pair of Jordans sometimes the day it comes out. I'm still trying to beat those bots.
For real.
So I feel one of two things could happen. Either we beef up the security, or you're going to start seeing a lot of these crypto infrastructures starting to implement more server space, more capacity, so they could take a bigger influx. Because I'm gonna be super honest, bots have been around forever, and right about now they're here to stay. As long as we have lazy people or overly productive people on this planet, we're forever gonna have bots. And hell, if I can't get a bot to do it, I'll hire an assistant to sit there and do it. So
Yeah, you have it. Yeah, I don't think bots are stopping anything either. Um, I don't think they're stopping anything. I also think that, like you said, like the impact is not really as felt. Like it's not as validated, even though there's still a danger with them. Like if you think about the YouTube situation, especially in a niche like ours, where if the bots get to going, they're talking about, oh, I I'm Malik the engineer and I'm Mr.RawFix. Hit up this number for advice, and it's not. It's leading people astray. That can be potentially harmful. In a place where with money, it's definitely could be vulnerable for some people. So, it's the dangers. It's the dangers. I feel like
that's some truth.
even though you can make the discernment in the YouTube comments, um, what I'm trying to say is like ultimately day to day, maybe for us, the presence isn't felt, but it doesn't mean that it's not that it's harmless.
Truth.
So, I mean, I think in an ideal world, there's minimal spam, there's minimal bots.
I hear that. I hear that.
Where's another place where there's a lot of bots? Music industry, man.
Running up numbers.
I'm just saying, these first weeks and some of these second weeks hit different. They hit very different.
No, I wouldn't mind if a 1-2 bot was in moving in our favor sometimes, That's
the
run
fact.
up the numbers. But nah, we all about them organics.
Yeah, don't cheat yourself. So I mean, I'm really excited. I just want to go ahead and say Sci-Hi dropped the EP.
I have not heard a Sci-Hi project in a little bit now. That's actually some nice news.
Sure.
Nah, you want to hear something crazy too? When's the last time you heard Sean Paul release something?
Actually, nah. He has a banger every summer, but it's the new pop.
But now we got the new Sean Paul already setting numbers with Ty Dolla $ign on their release single. Album's already out.
Ooh.
Sean Paul and Ty Dolla $ign. Hold on.
Oh, you mean Sean Paul? I thought you was trying to say he has a replacement.
Who's replacing Sean Paul realistically? This guy is the commercial.
He gave us the light.
Dancehall artist.
Give us the light.
But he's never dropped it. The temperature is still high. He's been getting busy.
Yeah, he's alone. He's alone. Did you catch that Lobby Boys project?
Yes, indeed. That was heat.
Okay, you get sturdy to that.
What? Yo, I'm working on it. my hips are still in fashion, My footwork's still up there.
Word. Yeah, it was definitely some jiggy music on there. Get you moving. It's nice to see Jim. You want to talk about longevity? Also, a crypto enthusiast. Definitely got to get him up for an episode.
Yep. Ooh, and not only that, one of my favorite eccentric hip. I don't even know if I could call it hip hop. Well, nah, hip hop / alternative / R&B popish vibes. 070 Shake came out with a new album.
Yep.
Very, 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 very new age. I'm actually glad she's releasing some more projects because where did I first hear 070? Back when she was still with her whole collective. I think there was like 13 of them or 16 of some ridiculous number. But like just hearing that unique voice and cadence from there, and then she got spotted, I believe she was on Drake's album.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot about it.
Yeah, nah, her voice is damn unique, man. It's just like when you hear Erykah Badu type of voice, you already know who it is. She has that like smoky, like shaky vibration voice. It's a vibe.
For sure. Yeah, I gotta peep that. I've heard a lot about it. Just gotta take that sit down. It's a matter of time. I actually, oddly enough, had some time to check out a Lil Tracy project because I used to bump his music for that happy auto-tune vibe. Pretty much still on it. So that was comforting.
Okay.
And Y&J dropped too for the Coochie fan.
Jeez. I'm also seeing Post Malone has something new here.
Yeah, that album, the least, I mean, according to some other podcasts, the least advertised album. But you know what happens when it's
no word of a lie. I had no idea something was coming up.
And then his manager did come out with a tweet that was saying that there's some difficulty in dropping music. So you know how it is once you go against the label a little bit. Not alleging that there's any tension right now, but there's a history that.
Jeez, and my boy Black Youngster's out for life.
I can't even say it.
Yeah, we trying to stay monetized. Otherwise, I would have dropped all those ad libs right now.
It would sound like this. Regardless, yeah, and I've been hearing some country rap too. I don't have the track exactly, but it's an interesting country rap trend, and it's not just from one person. I mean, seeing Kodak jumped on some, some Sauce Walker stuff like that.
So, are you saying we might be seeing a new wave right now of a lot of country rap about to start flooding out?
Well, I think anytime that we have a proven example, especially to the effect of Old Town there, people are going to try to replicate that level of success, and they're going to try to explore that niche that is, I mean, arguably, no, not arguably, it's definitely underexplored. It's definitely underexplored. It's been mostly done, if anything, as like a joke. So some more of that genre. Why not? It's just a matter of excellence and greatness continuing to float to that genre. Yeah, I'll send you the video link on the track was actually hidden.
Please do. Need something to bump.
I got you. And speaking of hitting, don't be hitting me up if you're not popping out to the Blockchain Futurist Conference. You know we will be there, Canada's largest cryptocurrency and blockchain event. So if you're interested in blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, NFTs, metaverse, DeFi, fintech, Web 3.0, DAOs, EVP, pop blockchain, Mr.RawFix, Malik the engineer, it's all going to be there.
But also, don't forget, since you're already in Toronto for them times, you might as well pop over to the ETH Toronto, happening the same week from August 8th to the 10th. I believe the first ETH Toronto event starts at 4 p.m. It'll be at the Rebel Entertainment Complex, downtown Toronto. If you're not familiar, that's 11 Polson Street. It's going to be on and popping. It is basically the home of ETH. It's a 3-day hackathon that brings together the technical community in the birthplace of Ethereum, which is right here in Toronto, as the official hackathon of the Blockchain Futurist Conference. So if you want to get intermingled, you want to showcase your skills, you want to be in a venue 40,000 square feet with other like-minded individuals, then you know where to be.
That's right. Catch us there, network, information. Bring your pen and paper for sure. Definitely going to be a lot of illustrious, knowledgeable people in the building, and the proximity to what you want is key.
Don't forget, bring your business cards, bring your barcodes, bring your tappy. I know y'all tappy guys out there.
Yeah, QR codes, all that.
This that networking event.
For sure. And get up with us on the socials. You can follow along for the journey if you can't be there in person. Did you have any closing thoughts for them today, Mr.RawFix?
Other than the usual, stay afloat. The world's crazy out there, so you have to be crazier. Take chances, get messy, be comfortable with making mistakes, take as many L's as you can, but not losses, only lessons.
Most definitely. And do it all while time's on your side. If I could just throw that one in, definitely take the risk while it still makes most sense.
Yes,
indeed. So that being said, you have to spend your time getting to the knowledge to know what kind of risks you can be taking. And then go ahead and don't feel shy to take it while time's on your side. Okay? Well, if you made it this far, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for listening to episode 9. Why did Solana halt the breakdown? If you still bullish, put Solana in the chat. EVP. We out.